Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ouachita News Show. I'm Allie Hilkema.
And I'm Haley Shord. We hope you all have been surviving during this busy tune season. Not only have lots of students on campus been at rehearsals every single night, they all also have been juggling exams, campus events, club meetings, and intramurals.
Yes, Ouachita Tiger sports have not slowed down and have proven to add to the fact that this is the busiest season of the year for Ouachitonians. We even have a home football game this Saturday against Monticello. Let's take a look at the weather to see what set of purple and gold gear we should bring for this weekend. Liz Lockwood has our forecast. Liz?
Thank you, Allie. Well, let's take a glimpse into the forecast for this upcoming week on campus. These next few days will be filled with a variety of different temperatures. It's currently 74 degrees here in town, which has been a great break from all the humidity we've been having. Later tonight, we will see a low of 58, so make sure you bring a sweatshirt to Tiger Tunes practice. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 81 and a low of 59, which is perfect weather for going on a walk with friends. Going into this weekend's forecast, we will see the temperature drastically drop from the 80s to the low 70s on Friday. Make sure to bring your umbrella on Friday. There is a 95% chance of precipitation. For Tigers Serve Day on Saturday, keep an eye out for a few scattered storms. There's a 60% chance of precipitation. The high will be 79 and the low will be 62 getting into the evening. On Sunday, the sun is coming back out with some partial cloud cover, with temperatures ranging from 59 to 81 degrees. It should be a great day for some outdoor activities. On Monday, it'll be warmer at 85 degrees, but with more sun than clouds. And finally, on Tuesday, expect it to be sunny all day. The high is 85 again, with the low ranging in the mid-50s. Besides those few scattered rainstorms on Friday and Saturday, we have low chances of rain, ranging from 25% all the way down to 4% on Tuesday, around that 20% range through this weekend. Thankfully, those storms will bring on that cooler weather, but only temporarily. Enjoy the rest of your week and happy Tiger Serve Day on Saturday morning. That's all I have for you today, Tigers. Predictions are provided by AccuWeather. With this week's Weather Watch, I'm Liz Lockwood. Back to the desk.
Thank you for that forecast, Liz. It's nice to see that the fall weather is slowly creeping in as the semester goes on. But fall does not just bring in colder temperatures and more exams. It also means election season is upon us. Here at Ouachita, we have two on-campus groups that support different political parties. We have our college Republicans and our college Democrats. Both of these groups met to watch the presidential debate between Democratic candidate Kamala Harris and Republican candidate Donald Trump.
Well, what a fun night it was getting to talk to both club presidents and hear what they support and advocate for, especially with the upcoming election results being announced on November 5th. Make sure you're registered to vote and make sure to make your way to the polls starting in October. Also on campus last week, we saw the annual Pastors Conference take place in our very own Walker Conference Center. We had reporter Madeline Tillis gather more on what that entailed. Madeline?
Right behind these doors, the annual Pastors Conference is taking place here at Ouachita. Pastors from the surrounding states of Arkansas got the chance to come gather together and learn more about the Book of Lamentations. I'm Madeline Tillis with the Ouachita News, and I got the chance to take a closer look.
Each year, the Christian Studies Department hosts this conference with the intention of helping pastors grow in their career and community with each other. The preparation for this event begins early on in the spring as the topic is discussed, contents of the material is solidified, and the promoting of the conference begins.
So this will be my fourth, but the conference precedes me, and so I remember coming to this conference when I was pastoring a church. And that was 2009, and I think it was even before then. And so I think we've got at least a 15-year history, if not 20, if not longer.
The speakers of the conference are Ouachita's very own professors, but they are individuals who also play a role behind the scenes.
My morning starts out with registration, then it kind of runs itself, but I do get to see the pastors being taught to and being fed instead of teaching their congregation.
This conference has a history of being a success, and through the hard work of the staff and volunteers, every detail is accounted for. The format of the day allows those in attendance to have the opportunity to spend time in fellowship with one another and have the chance to be the student instead of the teacher.
Get here, visit with some friends from other churches that I haven't seen in a while, sit and learn This year they've added breakout sessions, so we've been doing that, and then we'll go home.
Evidently, the planning of such an event is one that truly takes a village. They feed these pastors both spiritually and physically and fill the day with times of worship and teaching. The day is not only a change of role for these pastors, but the content is truly compelling. When asked their motivation for attending this conference, it is clear that both aspects are what makes the day worthwhile.
To get out of the office and to just have a day of study and growing more, learning more about learn more about the Bible and how to study a specific section of it so I can take it to my people.
Over 45 pastors left Walker Conference Center having learned about the content of Lamentations and how to apply this in their own teaching, which means it has been yet another successful pastors conference. With Ouachita News, this is Madeline Tullis.
Thanks, Madeline. I love getting to see so many new people on campus. Well, speaking of things happening on campus, later this week on Friday, the homecoming nominees will be presented in the stew at 12:15, and voting for that top 20 will open up later that afternoon. Also this weekend, Tiger Serve Day will be taking place on Saturday from around 8 a.m. to noonish. Then right after that is over, you can rinse off and head to the Tiger football tailgate before the game at 6 at our very own Cliff Harris Stadium. While there are so many things on the topic of sports, let's check in with our sports reporter, Brody Kriegel, on what we've missed out on this past week. Brody?
Thank you, Allie, and welcome to the Roar Rundown. I'm Brody Kriegel, and Ouachita Athletics, just like Tiger Tunes, is all gas, no brakes. The 17th ranked Ouachita Baptist University football team made the big plays when needed, leading to a 25-20 road victory over Southern Arkansas University on Saturday night at Wilkins Stadium. After striking quickly with a touchdown run by Kendall Gibbons, back and forth action was a constant throughout, with SAU getting a defensive touchdown off of a strip sack and Ouachita retaking the lead with a 34-yard field goal by Dax Jaggers. After the Tiger defense forced another 3-and-out, Ouachita marched 55 yards in 5 plays, ending with a touchdown catch in the corner of the end zone by Bo Baker from Eli Livingston. The extra point put the Tigers up 16-7 with 6:53 remaining before halftime. SAU closed out the first half scoring with a 16-play, 75-yard scoring drive, with the touchdown coming with 1:16 remaining before halftime to make it 16-14 in favor of the Tigers at the break. The third quarter was all about defense from both teams. The Tigers scored their first safety since 2021 at the 11:10 mark after SAU was flagged for holding in its own end zone. That play was set up by a 56-yard punt by Tom Weston that was downed at the 1-yard line. It was one of Weston's 4 punts downed inside the SAU 20-yard line. Ouachita put together what ended up being the score that put the game out of reach for SAU early in the fourth quarter. Ouachita went 82 yards on 11 plays in 5:44, capped by a 6-yard touchdown run by Livingston. Livingston led the Tigers in passing and rushing with 133 yards through the air and 120 yards on the ground. Overall, Ouachita outgained SAU 356-291, including a 223-86 edge in rushing. The Tigers now turn their attention to next Saturday night's home game against Arkansas Monticello. The Ouachita men's soccer team earned its first win of the 2024 season with a 1-0 victory over Austin College on Wednesday at home. Both teams had an offensive attack that kept the ball in the forward third for most of the game. The Roos led the way in total shots at 16-9, but the Tigers kept it even in shots on frame at 5-5. After a scoreless first half, Ouachita capitalized on an Austin College mistake early in the second half, with the Roo defender being whistled for a handball inside the box in the 50th minute. João Gonçalves took the penalty kick for the Tigers, and the Roo keeper guessed the wrong way. As the shot bounced into the back right corner of the goal, Gonçalves led Ouachita with 3 shots, all on target. Dylan Stahl earned the shutout victory in between the posts and totaled 5 saves. It was his first career victory and 3rd career shutout. The Tigers are off this weekend before opening Great American Conference/Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletics Association play next Thursday, September 26th on the road against Rogers State. Women's soccer ended the non-conference portion of its 2024 schedule on Saturday with a 2-1 loss at home to Texas Women's. All 3 combined goals came in the first half, with the Pioneers finding the net in the 11th and 15th minutes respectively. The Tigers answered in the 25th minute on a strike from Reese Brown, following a cross by Tegan Shousey. It was Brown's 2nd goal of the season and 5th of her career. For Shousey, it was her 3rd assist of the season and 4th of her career. Both teams were held scoreless the remainder of the game, despite 20 total shots from TWU and 8 from Ouachita. Next up for the Tigers is the first Great American Conference game of the season next Saturday, September 28th, on the road against East Central. Ouachita men's cross-country team picked up a big win at the 2024 Argonaut Invitational, hosted by the University of West Florida Friday morning. Ouachita won with a score of 22 points, finishing first out of 9 teams. West Florida placed second with 55 points, followed by the University of Mobile with 62 points. In places 4 through 9 were the following: Coastal Alabama, 128 points, Enterprise State, 135, Gadsden State, 197, Spring Hill, 199, Shelton State, 221, and LBW Community College, 242. This marks Ouachita's 2nd meet win of the season. Lawson Sanders was the first Tiger across the finish line, taking 2nd place in the 8K race with a time of 26:45:20. Whit Lawrence was close behind, placing 3rd with a time of 26:49:40. Gabriel Metoyer was next in 4th with a time of 26:50:90, followed by Dylan Dew in 5th, 27:12:60. Tate Stacks in 8th, 27:22:20, and Evan Armitage in 9th with a time of 27:25:0 to round out the top 10 finishing Tigers. In total, 4 of the first 5 and 12 of the first 20 runners to finish the race were Tigers. The Tigers will look to keep the momentum going when they travel to Dallas, Texas for their next meet, the Old Glory Gallop, hosted by Dallas Baptist University on Saturday, October 5th. The women's cross-country team dominated the field for a win at the 2024 Argonaut Invitational, hosted by the University of West Florida Friday morning. Izzy Bro picked up her 2nd first-place finish of the season, running the 5K race with a time of 19:22:50 to win by a margin of almost 11 seconds. 9 of the first 10 runners to cross the finish line were Tigers, giving Ouachita a score of 17 points, 2 away from the minimum to secure first place out of 8 total teams. West Florida was next with 46 points, followed by the University of Mobile with 105 points. In places 4 through 8 were Shelton State with 107, Gulf Coast State 138, Gadsden State 149, Enterprise State with 206, and Chipola College with 222. This marks Ouachita's 2nd meet win of the season. Allie Hilkema was the next runner across the line, taking 2nd place with a time of 19:43:10. Mackenzie Davis followed, taking 3rd with a time of 19:50:80. Caitlin Nactigal was the next Tiger to finish, coming in 5th with a time of 19:59:50, followed by Lucy Holden in 6th with 20:05:20, Macy Cash in 7th, 20:09:0, Riley Patterson in 8th, 20:14:20, Elise Knight in 9th, 20:23:20, and Blair Turpin in 10th with a time of 20:27:90 to round out the 9 top 10 finishers for Ouachita. In total, 13 of the first 20 and 19 of the first 30 runners across the line were Tigers. Fellow Division II member and 2nd place team West Florida was recently ranked number 5 in the South region in the USTFCCA rankings. That saw Ouachita ranked number 9th in the Central region. The Tigers will look to keep the momentum going when they travel to Dallas, Texas for their next meet, the Old Glory Gallop, hosted by Dallas Baptist University on Saturday, October 5th. That's all for this week's Roar Rundown. If you want to keep up with the latest in Ouachita sports, visit obutigers.com and tune in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Brody Kriegel. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Brody. It's nice to see that we're staying busy in the realm of Ouachita athletics. As the fall weather starts to make its way here to the Delph, we should be seeing more students spending some time outdoors.
I sure hope so. Well, when it comes to weather, I have always wondered what the perfect outdoor temperature is to say. So we asked you all on our social medias. Let's see some of the responses.
Sarah Kate said 70 to 75 range.
Andrew Ellis said 69.
Carter Wood said 63 or 64.
Cameron Lewis said 60.
Emerson Thomas said 67. What do you think the perfect outdoor temperature is, Haley?
I'm going to have to go with like a healthy 75, 78. I like wearing shorts and a tank top and being able to feel like it's just warm sunshine outside. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Carter. I really enjoy that sweatshirt weather to tie me through a long, busy week. Well,
It's nice.
Yes,
it's nice.
it is.
It's nice to bring them to class too. You can bring your sweatshirt and just make it, hot, cold. You can just pick your moment.
It is. Well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at Ouachita News Show and to answer each question of the week. You just might see your responses pop up on the show.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ouachita News Show, so you never miss out on the latest and the greatest Ouachita news. We'll see you next week.